In today's mosaic of strategic competition, it has never been more important to have professionals, you, advancing our alliances and building partner capacity in defense of our nation. In line with this year's theme, I want to emphasize the important role language training and cultural understanding play in today's global operations. Language is a warfighting capability. Our language-enabled airmen and guardians operate in foreign countries around the world, and their ability to communicate in a foreign language and understand cultural nuance are critical to their success. You've heard me speak a lot recently about my almost singular focus, China, our pacing strategic threat. Collectively, we Americans lack an adequate understanding of Chinese culture. We run a significant risk of misinterpretation and missed signals when we project our own perspectives upon Chinese actions and communications. The work that Air University and the Air Force Cultural and Language Center does is crucial to developing that cultural understanding. In every sense, the training our airmen and guardians receive is indispensable for preparing them to join their colleagues on the front lines of global strategic competition. I want to give a few anecdotes about instances that highlighted to me the need to better understand cultural differences, especially in relation to China. When I was in law school in about 2003, I participated in a clinic where we represented individuals seeking political asylum in the United States. We were visited by two young lawyers from China who were in the U.S. trying to better understand the U.S. legal system. They asked our instructors in the class to explain what we did. I explained that we represented people who had been persecuted in another country and who had come to the U.S. looking for a place of safety. In many cases, they were afraid of their governments and had fled to the U.S. for political, social, and religious reasons and wanted to remain in the U.S. Their response highlighted a big cultural divide. The Chinese lawyers asked me, "Why are you helping the bad people?" To them, anyone that the government was opposed to was by definition a bad person. More recently, I attended a week-long short course on financial management at Stanford with a person of Chinese heritage who was an American citizen, but had lived and worked in China as a venture capitalist for most of his life. At a social event one evening, he said to me, "Americans don't understand Chinese attitudes." I asked him why not. He said, "Americans are always beating up China for stealing intellectual property. In China, if you lose your intellectual property, it's your fault. You didn't protect it well enough. It should be expected that others will steal." Why wouldn't they? Importantly, America doesn't fight alone. What many of us take as a given is vitally important to our success. China doesn't have the strategic partners the United States does. We bring a diverse set of strategically important allies and partners to the table. Instrumental in building these relationships are language-enabled airmen and guardians. From one-on-one personal interactions, advancing all the way to strategic synchronization, our relationships with allies and partners rest on a foundation cemented in LREC skills. Our success in the Indo-Pacific hinges upon our allies and partners in the region. LREC skills are critical for successful engagement with partners that lead to deeper understanding of known and potential adversaries, all flavored with vital cultural nuance. In other words, developing these skills empowers our airmen, guardians, and allied forces to operate effectively in the complex, interdependent international security environment. I think it's also important to note that the commonalities between language-enabled airmen and guardians and the department's diversity and inclusion efforts are very much aligned. The LREC skills we value bring women and men from diverse ethnic and academic backgrounds into our department. Diversity in cultural background, gender, and professional experience is needed for our future success. I want to close by once again thanking Air University and the Air Force Culture and Language Center for furthering security cooperation with our allies and partners. And thank you to the Airmen and Guardians for leveraging your indispensable language skills and cultural acumen to further enduring relationships worldwide. Wherever on earth you may be, your role in this era of strategic competition could not be more important. The strategic demands of the future require airmen and guardians like you to be on the front lines of worldwide engagement. Thank you. One team, one fight.